Welcome to Chik Chat, the podcast where the girl with many titles talks about life, the good and the bad, and everything around it. We're going to sit, chat, share life stories and experiences, from business to relationship. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Chik Chat podcast. I am joined once again by G. Hello.
Hello.
Who happens to be injured. Yeah, so if you're watching it, you'll see that someone tried to do some stuff to themselves.
I was throwing out rubbish and a bit of glass stuck through the bag and sliced a big gash out of my hand.
Yeah, and I had the pleasure of cleaning it today, and it was not nice.
What was not nice? Oh, the wound.
Oh, yeah, obviously the wound. Yeah.
Well, it's done, isn't it?
Yeah, for now, until it needs swapping again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be better, because at least I know it won't stick this time.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, lovely.
Good
start.
Yeah.
I know. Alright, so we'll get straight into it. So we're just going to have a general chit-chat, aren't we? A bit of catch-up, what's been going on, what is there to talk about. But we'll start as we always do. What is your challenge of the week or your tip of the week?
Tip of the week is don't put broken glass into your rubbish.
Wait, so was it your broken glass?
It was I dropped one of those green olive oil bottles. And the bottom broke off, so it was like a big, thick, sharp edge. And whatever way it had flipped when I was lifting it over the fence, it must have...
Oh, I didn't realise that's how you did it. Oh, I thought it was someone else's random glass that got you. Oh. Well, at least you did it yourself. It's a bit better than someone else's, mishap causing you pain.
But I guess challenge of the week has been this as well.
Yeah, true, because you can't type.
And I'm left-handed.
Yeah, that's true. You can't do anything. Well, apart from today, I was quicker. I was quicker at eating, but I beat you yesterday.
Yeah.
You're just getting used to using your right hand, aren't you?
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Do you know what? And these are types of conversations we normally have. Well, it's just us two. I feel like they are.
Yeah.
But I'm so fulfilled. It's great. Right, so my tip of the week, and we are not boring, in case someone's thinking, what are you guys talking about? Right, my challenge of the week is getting going. I've really been struggling the last few weeks. So yeah, my challenge is just not letting everything get on top of me too much, but also just starting to get some stuff ticked off, because the days just feel like they're flying by. And yeah, that's not fun. Right, so apart from your hand, how's life?
All right. We had a good night last Saturday.
Oh, we did.
And some of your folks' friends came around.
Yeah.
An Irish man married to a Zambian woman.
So for a bit of context, my mum and dad bumped into someone that they saw was a white guy wearing a...
No, he was a white
No,
guy.
no, but I didn't know how to say it. I don't know if people are going to be weird about how I say it. Anyway, so it was a white man walking through Tesco, and he had a cap on that had the Zambian flag on. So obviously they stopped to talk to him and realised that he'd married a Zambian woman. And then my dad also happened to work near a place where he used to go for lunch. He was served by a girl that happened to be that man's daughter. And then recently, or last year, Mum was at work. Mum's a nurse. And she was looking after a woman. And it turns out that's the wife to the man. So separately, my mum and dad have met the family. And then, they just agreed that they'd meet up. And they'd met up a couple of times.
Their daughters came.
Yeah. And one of them's vegetarian and one's vegan, so...
And your mum wasn't sure if they could have tomatoes and onion. Because everything in Zambian food, for those who don't know, comes with tomato and onion.
Yeah. But also, my parents, especially Mum, freaks out about...
Put tomato and onion with the caterpillars.
Yeah.
See?
You can just have them on their own, or you can put tomato and onion. But obviously tomato and onion makes it better.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So I made chilli.
Yeah, you made a veggie chilli that was unreal.
Well, it was fully vegan.
Oh, it was. Oh, so yeah, vegan chilli.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
With like a lime and spring onion rice.
Yep, and your guacamole.
Yeah.
Your guacamole was unreal. And then what did I... Oh, Dad had done a rotisserie chicken and steak and sausages, but I didn't have any sausage. Had some steak and chicken with the burrito, not the burrito, the veggie. I can't speak.
And
with
the
chili.
The rub that I made.
Oh yeah, they've been working on some spices together, marinades, rubs, whatever.
But it was
It
good
was really
fun.
good. Yeah, it was great.
Like the dad's in it. The dad's a real interesting guy.
Yeah, he'd worked for the UN, and then do you know it was really nice meeting the daughters as well, because last week's podcast obviously was about just struggling and like how difficult it is sometimes just to get on as a black person, and that the conversation needs to keep happening. But it was nice to speak to someone from their point of view as well, especially someone that has lived here, has gone through their own struggles, living in Northern Ireland. I'm saying here as if everyone's going to know, but yeah, Northern Ireland. But yeah, just to hear that, like, what you're going through is completely validated, and not even that it just happens in Northern Ireland, it happens in England. And yeah, it was just really nice to meet someone that we didn't know, that had a shared culture, that they were just cool. Loved it.
Yeah, they were lovely. And the girls are both in IT, I think, in one way or another, aren't they?
Yeah. The younger one works in IT and IT support, and then the older girl, and the only reason I'm not saying the names is just like in case they weren't fine with this, by the way. But she works designing websites, so UX and UI design. So there's a bit of like human psychology, a bit of design. Like she's an artist, and actually I've not seen her artwork yet. It's absolutely amazing, so good. But yeah, it was a nice weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
But to be fair, it was tiring. It was St. Patrick's on Friday. Not that we did much, but last week was just tiring. Then the Ireland and England rugby match on Saturday, and then obviously we were all together. But we've been up quite early on Saturday as well.
And
then
it was busy.
Sunday was Mother's Day, so I was up really early again. Oh yeah, quick weekend. What have you been up to other than that?
Well, I've been kind of recuperating.
Yeah, you have.
Watching The Wire.
Yeah, The Wire's really good.
We're nearly done series 3.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, there are only 2 more, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel really sad. Who's the guy that died?
Spoiler alert.
Oh, spoiler alert. What?
Stringer Bell.
Oh no, I'm talking about in real life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a real spoiler.
Well, I mean, it's like
yeah,
almost
it is
20
old.
years
Yeah,
old.
that's true.
Lance Reddick died.
Lance Reddick,
Lieutenant
yeah.
Daniels.
So it's weird at the moment watching him just walk about and be
But
like...
he wasn't old either.
Yeah, he wasn't. That's what's
Like
weird.
60.
Yeah, he doesn't look too much different.
Well, he
Or
would have been in about his 40s in that then. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
makes
black don't
sense.
crack.
Yeah.
Like, he put on a bit of weight, but otherwise he seemed like he kept in good health because he was in the John Wick movie.
Well,
The one that was coming out. He'd been promoting that. So yeah, that's been a bit weird.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah.
It's great though. I don't know how many times I've seen it now. Maybe 4 or 5.
Really?
Yeah.
It is really good. Yeah. Each season so far has been really surprising.
And the second one,
Yeah.
did you like it?
I did like it.
Most people don't like it or start off not liking it.
Oh, I started off
and
not
change
liking
their
it.
mind.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I really didn't like it at the beginning. I literally just... Cause I feel like every time you get past the first season, the first couple of episodes will take you a bit of time to get into it. But because this is such a slow burner, I feel like you trick yourself into thinking, like, they've run out of ideas. Yeah. But like, as we've just, like you've said, we're nearly at the end of, season 3?
Yeah.
And it's still really, really interesting.
Characters are great.
Yeah, the characters are good.
Like all the guys on the docks.
Yeah.
In the second one are great.
See, like, they didn't excite me too much. They were good, and it was a good one. But I think first and third are my favourite.
Like the guys from the dock workers union and the Greek, Greek and all that stuff going on, and then that all then tied back into all the police stuff.
Yeah, I really like how even in season 3, like, there's like a loose continuation, but it's enough to still feel like.
Well, then it's sort of
it all makes sense
again to get back into the street level stuff.
Oh really?
Well, sure. We're back in.
Oh, I thought you meant like going on to season 4 and 5.
In the third series after the second one.
Yeah.
They sort of loop back around, and it then leads them all the way back to the main guys they started with.
Yeah, it's been really good. Yeah, I can't lie. Do you know what, actually, I've liked it mainly because I feel like the way that we look at policing, especially today, like it's showing a very, like what I think seems like a very accurate representation of what it's like. Some stuff's done, some stuff's not done. People do things to benefit, people do things to benefit themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which one so far has been your favourite intro song?
You've been skipping like season 3, so I can't, like, 1 and 3 sound good.
Yeah.
2 I wasn't a big fan of.
No, the first one's the best one, I think.
Oh, really? Out of all 5?
I can't remember.
We're going to have to listen to them all, like, one after the other and then decide.
And we watched a bit of BoJack too.
We have. Actually, we've only watched a few episodes of that. Yeah, we'll watch some more of that. That's good. Yeah. But do you know what? Mlenga was trying to get me to watch BoJack for so long. And does it mean I trust you more? Well, apparently so.
I don't think I gave you much choice though, did I? Just put it on one day.
Well, no, but we talked about it, and I'd said like I would watch it. But it's very, I think when it comes to watching stuff that's very real, I think you're good at knowing like what I can deal with at the time.
Yeah, it's a good show. I think it's they're dealing with a lot of like heavy issues.
Yeah.
But it's still really funny. And I think that's why I like The Wire too. Because it's
light but dark.
People who work in those jobs, you'll often see like people like a policeman at a scene or fire, whatever, like laughing and joking.
Yeah.
But then, BoJack's really good too.
You know what? Clearly doesn't take too much brain power that we finished. Love Island.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I won't watch it again.
Really?
I ended up hating them all.
No, to be fair, like this winter one's now being cancelled apparently.
Good.
But yeah, this season I do agree. All of the people were like Kai and Sanam. Fair enough.
Like they're really bland.
I liked Sammy. I really liked Sammy.
She seemed okay. But and Shaq, I guess.
Yeah, Shaq was all right to an extent.
Yeah, but yeah, and it's so funny, isn't it, that, what do you call them, and Lana are arguing all the time.
Oh, Ron and Lana, T-Ron, yeah. Yeah, they've had a few arguments apparently. But you can guess who's not going to stay together. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Apparently Casey and Rosie have broken up already.
I'm not surprised.
And then I read somewhere that apparently Casey'd already gone back to, what's her name, Claudia? But I don't know how that, like, obviously, that's just scrolling and reading.
Who?
Claudia, the one that was with
the
before.
blonde one,
Yeah,
the northern one.
Yeah. Yeah, but Maya Jama, though. Goddess. Shaking my head.
I mean...
Is she the goddess?
I guess.
She did well every time she came on screen.
Yeah, she's an okay presenter, I guess.
Really? Oh, I think she's good. I love her.
What else has she done?
She's on that show we're talking about with the Rizzle Kicks guy.
Oh, the after one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what else?
Oh, no, I'm talking about the one where they'll do, like, the rap battles with the Rizzle Kicks guy.
I've not seen it.
Lady Lesher was on a few times. You know which one I'm talking about, on ITV2. They'll do, like, rap battles and they'll get people to come on and they'll give them challenges.
I've not seen it.
I swear you were talking about this the other day. Were we talking about 2 different shows? I'm gonna have to show you after. But yeah, she's presented a good few, like, different things. But yeah, no, I'm a Maya Jama fan. What else have you been watching?
Oh, the Stargate movie?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I loved that.
Classic.
Absolutely loved it.
That's funny.
Yeah. I loved it even more because I was sat there going, both of us as kids were like fat kids. And I was sat there going, if only our younger selves would know that we'd be with a partner that would love life as much as we do and this as much as we do.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'm sure I saw it in the cinema with my uncle.
That's funny.
Which is partly why I love it so much too. But I couldn't tell you how many times I've watched it over the years.
Really?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Wait, so when did the first one come out?
Well, it's 1994, I think. Was the movie that we watched.
Oh, wait, are you... No, I'm confusing Stargate and Star Trek.
Oh, yeah, we watched Star Trek too.
Yeah.
But that was like 2009, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Stargate was the Kurt Russell one.
Yeah, Stargate was good as well. Yeah. To be fair, even with how old it is, it's really funny because I was a year old. You're going to the cinema with Unc to watch it.
I mean, I was 8.
Yeah. That's funny.
But it's still worth a watch though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like all the Egypt stuff and Kurt Russell. Can't go wrong with Kurt Russell.
Yeah, it was good. No, but Star Trek was my favourite.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's good.
Absolutely love it.
Because I love the original series.
Yeah, same.
And it's got the same sort of energy.
It really
You know what
does.
I mean? It's kind
yeah.
of silly and a bit jokey. And
Yeah.
I think the actors all got it spot on.
Yeah, they did. Even with, it's funny because, like, I love Big Bang. And they based Sheldon loosely off Spock. And it's, like, you can just tell that, like, whoever's done the research has really done the research. Because it was just, there were little things where I was like, this is wild, this is so good.
I guess there's pressure on it though, because he was, like, Leonard Nimoy was in the movie too.
Yeah, that's true.
So I guess if he's around, and he's gonna see it, you gotta get it right.
Yeah.
But I really like that guy. Is it Zachary Quinto? He played Spock.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You know
was,
I'm terrible with names.
I first saw him, I think, in Heroes. And he played the bad guy in Heroes.
Oh, he was in Heroes.
He was brilliant in
Wild.
Heroes. But it was only, the first series was good, and then the second series was bad. And then I can't remember if the third series was any good.
I can't remember when I stopped watching it, but I didn't watch it all.
But
I loved it.
I haven't seen him in much else other than the Star Trek. But he's brilliant in them as Spock anyway.
Yeah, he is. He really is. I feel like I've seen him in some other... Maybe he's been in more stuff that I'd watch. You know, like rom-coms, like as the friend.
Yeah.
That type of thing, yeah. I feel like I've seen him in a few things. But yeah, it was good. It's really good. Okay, right, so we're about halfway. So how are you really doing?
Okay, I guess. I mean, this has been a bit of a distraction, I guess, this week, because I haven't really been able to focus on anything else. Haven't really been able to even dress myself properly, so
Yeah.
it's just annoying, because, like I said, I'm left-handed, and I don't like to ask for stuff.
Yeah, you're really struggling there. I'm loving it.
They ask for things.
Like, he didn't ask me for black pepper on his pasta last night. And he told me today. I was like, what? Because he's hyper-independent. Since we got together, I've been practising not being hyper-independent. So I've spent nearly the last year feeling how you feel. Welcome to the club.
Like, well, I mean, I just don't like to ask for stuff. I don't.
But it's when you're asking for something because it's something that you need, it's completely different than demanding like for something.
Yeah.
And that's why my way of practicing has been when you offer me things, I say yeah. Like, even if it makes me uncomfortable, I say yeah, and then I work through whatever issues I know that I'm dealing with at the time. And so far, it's been great. Do you know what actually made me really proud? And what, like, reminded me that I'm still that girl? When I took stuff to the dump, when you were like, did you lift that box on your own? It's like, yeah, I let you do stuff for me. Like, I'm practicing, allowing you to do things for me. Doesn't mean I can't do it. Big muscles.
Aye.
Small and mighty. Right, how am I doing? I am honestly not great at the moment, but I'm not completely terrible. I feel like there are enough things I've put in place to allow things to be the way that they are right now. I think you mentioned this morning, I feel like I just put a lot of pressure on myself to get things right. But I think for me, what gets me is the fact that I've got a team and like I've got people that rely on me. So when I'm not at my best, I feel like I'm letting them down as well as myself, ultimately. But then it's nothing that like I can't get over. I'm not going to get over. I just feel like sometimes, especially again, going back to like healing and just being better, I feel like there are things that happen in between where, like you're saying about like finding it difficult asking for help. Like we had a bit of a deep conversation the other day, and for me that sent me into a spiral, because it's great that you're a healthy person and you can communicate well, but I'm not used to that. And it's really hard for me to, like, get my head around what my brain's telling me versus what you're saying. So I feel like I have to practice that. And then on top of that, like I said, dealing with work, getting business, keeping business, chasing payments, doing things that any other self-employed person has to do.
Chasing pavements?
I said chasing payments.
Oh, okay.
He always makes fun because I say sayings wrong. Is that even right? I get sayings wrong. I can't even speak now.
There was one recently, wasn't there? I can't remember.
I hope you don't remember.
No,
because it's just embarrassing. Oh, that's good. Helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise I'll survive. It is what it is.
It'd be alright.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know it sounds simple, but like, when it all boils down to it, you've really got two choices. Like, one is to keep going, and one is to not.
Yeah.
And
I don't think I know how to not.
But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to think about it simply, that's the way I try and look at it sometimes. When your mind gets a bit chaotic and whatever, it's like, well, these are your choices.
Do you know what? Actually, I've never even thought of it in that way. And I feel like that's so profound. But do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like, because I always tell myself, like, no matter what, you've got to keep going. There's no choice.
Yeah.
But not keeping going doesn't mean that I'm giving up altogether. It could just be that I give up for that day. I think sometimes for me it's just reframing how I say certain things, or reframing certain things. Because, like, I'll tell myself, like, okay, well, if you're not feeling up to it right now, you can rest. But I think sometimes I just need it to be that black and white.
Mm.
You can keep going, or you don't have to. I quite like that.
Yeah, but you have to eventually go again.
I know, but that's where my mind, because I eventually know that I've got to keep going. I think for me sometimes it's just allowing myself to stop for a bit. And when I'm not feeling good, like at the moment, I was like, me and the team were talking this morning about like what we can do to support each other. So like we're going back to regular calls just so we can sit, even if it's because we don't sit in the same room. We can't go for lunch. We can't do the normal things that other people can do. So on one end, having like a nomad lifestyle is great, and working with people from around the world is absolutely amazing. But on the other hand, the challenges that I'm facing aren't things that I thought about. Because even just trying to get, like, one of the team members, Jonah, she had lost her dog and she's just been through a few things recently. And I tried to get her a care package over.
I mean, her dog died or it ran away?
Oh, no, she's had two. So one of them was kidnapped, literally kidnapped, and then the other one died. So she's just been through a lot of things recently where, yeah, it's just been difficult. So I tried to get her a care package. And even that was difficult. It took one of the other team, and even she struggled. And I was like, I really take for granted, like, Amazon and Deliveroo, and not that, like, they don't have anything like that. It's just that for a specific type of care package,
easy.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. But I can't remember what the point was to that now. Or what I was even talking about.
It's just about, like, speaking to your team more.
Oh, yeah. Basically, we've said that, like, we're just trying to find things that we can do to help one another, like, whilst we need it. And I'm lucky enough to be in a position where me being the decision maker of the business, if I see that things need to slow down for a little bit, like this month, they've slowed down. We don't need to take on as much work. We don't need to keep searching as much. Doesn't mean that we don't need to go back to that. If we need to turn, like, people away, or not that we turn people away, but again, there were just some things that I, like, rather than prioritising it, I'm prioritising my team and our mental health. And when it comes to it, we'll get back to searching. We'll get back to doing whatever we need to do. Like, if there's no content going out this week, no one's going to die. Like, once we feel better, I know that we'll work even harder. We'll get to where we need to be. But, yeah, it's just been interesting, even just trying to work out the best way to, like, be supportive. Because that's not easy. And everyone needs something different. And everyone's going through something different as well.
That's why I'm glad I don't have any supervision responsibilities these days.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's hard work.
Yeah, it is. But as well, it helped me. Like, having the call with him today really, really helped me. It helped just have not as much pressure on myself. And it also helps me kind of have just a new perspective of, okay, what can we do to put in place for some of the stuff that we want to be doing in the future, for how we want certain things to be. Like, again, everyone's kind of a freelancer, but I don't want it to just be that, especially like if you're not feeling well, I want to make sure you're looked after. And it's things like that where it's like, okay, I want to put things in place to make sure that like my team are well looked after and like they thrive in whatever they want to do. Yeah, that's not always that easy. I'm saying that, but at the same time, like I've been in jobs before where it's like maybe the solution's not that easy, but there are different things that people could try, and I feel like people just choose not to try things because it's easier, and that frustrates me sometimes when I do sit and think about like the position that we're in.
Well, I guess in your position, you're free to try whatever you want to try.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, try something else.
Yeah.
It's harder in organisations like where I work.
Yeah, for yours definitely.
Where it's so governed by legislation to some degree that you can't. You know, it's a bit more restrained or constricted.
Yeah. I think I worked for small, like, fair enough, one of them was a bigger company, but even then, it was head office. There was still quite a lot of autonomy, and the other one, it was a small business. So a lot could have been done. So some stuff was done as well, but I just think they could have done better. But yeah, that's where we are. So what else is going on in life?
Well, you said you wanted to keep it as close to half an hour as possible, so...
Is that why you keep looking at this?
It's just in my eye line.
Your eye line. I keep seeing you look down.
Like whenever I have a delivery.
Yeah. Right, so he does this thing where... And it's really funny because I was on a client call earlier and I was talking about how... basically, she was saying that... Like, how is it being kind of looking after you? Like, have you been a good patient? I was like, yeah, you've not been too bad, to be fair. Like, you don't ask for anything. Like, you're struggling with that. And she'd been saying that she's not the best nurse. Like, she gets frustrated quite quickly. And I was like, actually, like, I'm okay. I don't mind. Like, ask away for whatever you want. And I also don't imagine that there's anything that you could ask me that I'd be like, that's weird. Because, like, you cater to a lot of my weird things. Like, she really laughed at me. So I was saying that you even know how to cut my toast depending on how you think I am. But it's sometimes because you'll put like a plate in front of me and I'm like, wow. Because it'll be a different shape. It's little things like that. So, yeah, anyway, going back to his weird thing. Every time he orders food, he has to keep the phone unlocked so he can see when there are any updates. Rather than just going, okay, it says it'll be here in 35, 40 minutes. After 20 minutes, let me check. After 40 minutes, let me check. But no. But yeah, you're all right. No, we've still got a bit of time.
I just like to watch it.
I think you're delirious. You've been taking some tablets.
See when it's been released.
When it's been released? What do you mean released?
Like, for delivery.
Oh, the food.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we'd moved on from that. So you were still thinking about that.
I just had to explain.
Yeah. No, but I do kind of get it. But my thing is, when you have it unlocked and you're constantly looking at it, time moves slower. Whereas if it's locked and you go to check it, when you think it's been like 5 minutes.
So if I'm like watching TV or whatever, I can just...
But then you keep doing that. Like you keep checking this.
Final minute.
That's so funny. Oh, you're ridiculous. But anyway. But we've done quite well so far, haven't we? Because I've not... So basically, the client's thing was... Like, we then started talking about, like, snapping at people and, like, arguing. We've done really well. Nearly a year and no arguments. No tiffs. You are a unicorn, as they say. As I say.
As you say.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything that you could ask me to, like, do or help you with. I'd be like, oh, no, that's... Oh, do you know what? No, not that there's nothing... It doesn't annoy me. Although, you did stress me out when I was making you coffee this morning. Because I have... Right, stop looking at this.
Oh, yeah.
I swear. Like, that was such an ADHD thing.
I don't know. Coffee.
Yeah, the coffee. That stressed me out. literally looking over. You know when you can
I
feel
had to show you
someone.
how to use the milk frother.
No, you had to show me. That's fair enough.
And
But you could have talked to me through it. But that side of it, I'm completely fine.
Okay.
It was looking over my shoulder as I poured, as I took the coffee thing out.
It was just because I broke one before
Yeah.
doing it that way, so
But I'm always alright.
I was just a concerned citizen.
Concerned citizen. Even like once I went to like put it in. No, do it this way. Okay. But I think I don't make you bad coffees, do I?
No,
See? I'm doing something right.
but it's just me having a specific process.
Yeah. No, to be fair, I've got to say I don't mind you having that process because I'd rather get your drink right. Because when you make me cups of tea, there's a very massive difference between my cup of tea and yours. And when I
Is
make, this is why you say
I'm
no.
only joking. The tea tonight was good.
Tonight, because I genuinely try.
No.
But each time I take a sip and I'm like, why is this not like his?
Because I just brew mine longer.
I did brew. I brewed it for quite a while. I went back to
Yeah,
washing the dishes, and then I was like, actually, I
Oh,
think
also
these are
get
going to be
the
my
tea bag a
teas.
good squeeze.
I think I did that, especially with yours. Yeah,
Because I like it strong, but still with a lot of milk.
yeah, you do. I didn't even heat your cup.
It's usually okay.
But you normally say mine's too hot,
Yeah.
so I tried.
Exciting. Good convo.
This is from Love Island. Good convo. Yeah. No, but we talk about. You're saying good convo, but we've done how many taste tests with Oatly and other brands. So tea clearly matters to us a lot.
Yeah, it does.
And this was Oatly, and especially that's my thing as well. If we only have Oatly in the house and I'm using Oatly, I want to make sure it's right. There've been a few times where I've made myself like my first cup of tea in the morning, and genuinely I've wanted to cry because it's not as good as yours. Oh, and it's so stressful. And then normally the days that I'll go and sit upstairs,
Well, okay.
because then I'm even more annoyed. And then like I'm in the zone to actually like do quite a bit of work in a short space of time. It's like method to the madness. But yeah, Oatly, woo! Do you know what I actually saw today? So there's like a TikTok thing where it's like, oh, if I met you before, but then the funny thing is if you'd like met the person before, they wouldn't have looked great. And Oatly's old packaging is not the hipster stuff that we see today. Wild. I'll have to show you.
Yeah, maybe.
'Cause I
I
feel
just
like-
remember the grey barista one.
Yeah, no, they looked terrible. Like one of them I feel like was green and red. Just really odd colours. Like they got like the fonts from Microsoft Word. So yeah, they've done a great job. Right. Well, let's end on your win of the week.
My win of the week is getting my dressing redone.
That was
It
stressful.
was freaking me out so
Yeah.
much.
But look how good the dressing looks though.
Yep, great.
Honestly.
Sorry.
This is what I had to do. You just blinked again. This is what I had to deal with. Except, so he made me like roll up my dressing gown sleeve and like my
It was
sleeves in
catching.
general. Catching.
It was catching.
It was nowhere near.
I could feel it touching.
Yeah, even if it was like a bit of it that was touching,
know,
it's not like it
but-
would have.
So that was my win of the week.
Yeah. I think that should be my win of the week.
And you can say it too.
No, what's my win of the week? Oh, that's a hard one. Not that there's been nothing to have a win of the week. Do you know what? Actually, I've got 2 wins of the week. I had a great conversation with Dad, a proper DC, but it was nice. And then I have also had like a good lay-in each day. Like there's been no like, even when I've not been sleeping that well, I know that I can just like I keep telling myself, do you know what? Just get up whenever you want, and I have been doing that. But I've been getting up earlier and earlier, which has been So I'd say that's today I did
Yeah. What time did you get up?
like.
Like 9:30 maybe?
No, I think it was before that. I was awake before that. I was awake from like 9. And then the other day I was up from like 8. Was that Sunday? But that was annoying. I didn't want to be up from that early.
Yeah, that's because we had an appointment to keep. I know that was
No,
Saturday.
I was on Saturday, yeah. So yeah, I'm doing alright. But no, I feel like recently I've just needed to sleep more. So it's happening. But I'm hoping that's going to change because I want to get on with work now and like be productive and create some great content, exciting content. And you're going to be a part of that. Woo! Right, well, I'll end it there. Thank you for joining me today.
No probs.
You're a gem, as always. Look at that smile. Right, thanks guys. Keep liking, subscribing, doing everything that you do, and thank you for listening as always. See you next week.